can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart, and I can promise Santa's coming.
Yay! Let me check my everything. Oh, go. My sound is working. Ever anything is live streaming. You already know how it works. So, welcome to day 2. You made it. So, this is day 2 of my 12 days of giveaway, and it yesterday was fantabulous. It was great. And yesterday we kicked off with one of my favorite concepts to teach, right? Converting fractions greater than one whole number in color tiles, strip diagram. I gave some little nuggets to help tactile learners that are working beneath grade level and English language learners. If you are working with a large population of English language learners, I highly recommend that for math, especially with really abstract concepts that are with a lot of text and a lot of talking. As you can see, I talk on my hands a lot. That's what you need for those students so that they can see it, because they are not going to get the text. So that was day 1. Unfortunately, I told you on day 1, when the door closes on day 1 or for that particular day, you cannot go back and get the previous giveaway. You have to get it on the day that the door is open. And speaking of open doors, if you're not a part of the 12 days of giveaway, which is my gift to you all and to our profession, you can go to themathintervention.com/12 days of giveaway registration to find that link in the description of this live stream. We have 10 wonderful days together as we chug, 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 chug to the 21st. And that's the last day for the 12 days of giveaway. So, if you do not know me, my name is Michelle, aka the Ignited Teacher. What I do on this teacher, I teach teachers how to close learning gaps so they can show at least 1 year's growth at the end of the school year. And you might be asking, well, how do you do that? Well, I've been 26 years and I have taught elementary, middle, and Algebra 1. I've been a math interventionist. I've been an instructor coach. And I provide you with tips that have been taught and used in my classroom. So that's how I help teachers, especially in the day and age of we don't have any experienced teachers in the building and all of the teachers are new, but the kids still have to be taught. So never fear, Michelle is teaching. That's what I used to tell my students. So I am here giving away my, these are lessons that I created. You're not going to find them on any platform because I don't sell them. I only sell them on my website. So, and I'll next year, oh, wait, my goal is to bring in more product geared towards math intervention for my Math Intervention Academy. So, you'll be on the lookout for that. I'm building that up. This year, I launched Gap Closers, 6-month-old um, membership. It's $7 a month for videos of my teaching strategy, just like you're getting today. So I'm gonna move on, get on off that soapbox, and go here. I've shown you if you want to join and you have some colleagues or coworkers that you think should join, pass them on the link. The more the merrier. So this is the product that I am giving away today. Why am I here? This technology has not been great because iPad does something I didn't even think I was going to so that's how. All right. I have overlays. Now, then we're talking about expanding place value. Place value is what can I say? It's the kryptonite for math students, period. It is, number sense and all those number and operation concepts lead up to place value. And expanding form, I'm going to talk about as I'm teaching because it's not going to be long. It is, a lot of teachers teach it superficially instead of connecting it to the prerequisites this skills before and after. And expanded form is really, really important in third grade because it has all of the rounding that goes back to expanded form. So in this, it's actually a full lesson plan. It has things that you can cut out if you don't have technology. I still believe in creating things. I don't know why teachers think tech is going to get us to where we need to be. I do not. I use technology platforms, but it is not my go-to. I still cut out create things. It has cards in here where you can create expanding go form uh, numbers in expand. Then it also has one with create your own. I have some number discs. You're a teacher, balling on a budget. There you are. Have those, you cut them out. A place value chart, which I'm going to show you today. I purchased number discs, so let me show you what that is. That's the beautiful thing right here. I absolutely love it. But I was trained in Eureka Math, and these are not supposed to be used till third grade. Second graders not use them until they get the concept of 10. Also, if you are a base 10 block, I do believe everybody in the U.S. still using base 10 blocks. You need to introduce base 10 blocks first, and then you can use these as an intervention to clear up any of those concepts that those students may have. This summer, my grandson, he is going to third grade, so I use these. He absolutely loves them. So let me go ahead and get started. Now, the base 10 blocks, let me go ahead and show you, not base 10, the number disc, where you can get them. And they're not expensive. I got them from 10 to 9. It used to be called ETA. I don't know why they changed their name. This bag has 875 pieces, and I think it costs $20, if I'm not mistaken. My school wouldn't buy them, so guess what I did? I bought my own. And what's great about these, they go all the way to 100,000 little bag. So you're gonna see me do that today, along with the product that is the giveaway today, expanded form. Now, expanded form is important because it helps students answer this question: what is the value of that digit? Or what is the value of the digit in the 100,000? The students, when I tell you they get messed up on that, it is sad because they can't visualize. All they know is there's a 7 in there in the place value, but they don't know how much it's worth. So the way that I explained it to my grandson this summer, so say for instance, and let me go. Say for instance, we have, I'm going to write on this. I like these. I don't, not a dry erase person. 2, 4, 2. That's the standard form. Standard form tells you how many are in each place. It does not tell you the value. Expanded form tells you the value of the. So if we read this number, 3,242, what is the value of the 3 in the thousandth place? Well, the answer is 3,000. So you can go down the line. I don't recommend doing what I'm doing with core practice, starting from left to right. So we have 2 1. So what is the value? That one's place is going to stay the same, plus how many 10? What is the value? We have 4 groups of 10, and make sure that you're using that word group of, because a lot of students, especially students, English language learners, 504 students, special education students, they hang on to our every word, literally. So you say, I have 4 groups of 10. What is the value? Not how many, but what is the value? So they can skip count 10, 20, 30, 40. And I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't know third graders, a lot of them can skip count. So this is 40. Plus, how many groups of 100 do we have in the hundreds place? Not how many, the value. We have 2 groups, which is 200. And then we already get 1,000. Now, I love this, because what can you do next? As a great teacher, you can always come up with questions. I noticed that every place value and every digit at the beginning is the same as the digit in standard form. I noticed that when I go from right to left, I notice that each value in the expanded form has one more zero than the number or the value before. Those are things that you can do that are easy in your classroom. You can do this as a warm up, do now, bell ringer, whatever they're calling them now. These are great for intervention. So I'm giving you a little tip. When you are in intervention, you're starting with the same you're continuing with the same concept. What you're going to do is take this what you've done before and you're going to add on to it. And you're probably saying, well, why won't I do another number? It's not about that. Because let me tell you, you could do for some kids, you could do the same problem over and over again and they're going to get the answer. It's on the 10th time that they're going to remember the answer. So it doesn't matter. So you'll say for instance, because I did intervention twice a week. So on Monday, maybe I did this to the 1,000. And I knew that on Thursday, I was going to extend it to the 100,000. I would have them get a place value chart, use the numbers this, and build this same number. And what that does is is going to connect the new to the known. You've already had started them thinking about what we did last week, and it's an opportunity for you to see if they can recall information. And I do this all the time for recall because a lot of kids have a problem with retention. And if they can recall and retain the information, you are doing well. A lot of our special education students struggle with that. So that's something that you don't want to start new every lesson. I guess you call me old school because when I teach my tier 1 lessons, which are your whole group lessons, I connect the new to the known. So the first day, I connect the new to the known, a prerequisite skill from the previous grade level, which these are just tier 2 tips, because intervention is not just in small group. And then the next day, I'll connect what we did the previous day to what we're going to do that day. And then I pay attention to the kids who can't do it. And I make a note on my mastery check and make sure that I pay attention to them as I'm circulating. So I have 3,242. I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 400,000. As you can see, they're green. And I love the color variation because it helps kids to remember because the brain thinks in pictures. And I'm going to leave this blank. And I'm going to show you how important the conceptual is. So if I'm going to add this because there are not any 10,000, and a lot of children get this confused because a lot of teachers just like, oh, it's just zero. Well, it is zero, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other digits, and a lot of kids they skip over it. So this helps them. There's zero there. And we have 400,000, which you take that 4, and it's a visual for the student. Yeah. And if they don't know 400,000, they can look at the number disc and it's going to tell them, hey. So that's the place value part and your part. Now, there's always a recording sheet. You can do this in whole group and have your kids work cooperatively. You can also take this and make it your small group lesson if needed. So the number in standard form, we started with 3,242. Please make your student put the comma because a lot of kids think that's it. Also, your English language learner need that support. So I'm going to 2 plus 40 plus 200,000 standard form. And then we added on to it in standard form 400,240. 4,000 plus 0 plus 200 plus 40. And this is important. You see how it scaffolds the information. So once you have done this and giving the kids a chance to say, oh, you can be successful at that. Because what you did is designed an activity where it builds on the previous bit of knowledge, and it helps those children that struggle, especially your especially the ones that are working really, really hard. And if you keep starting over with them, they'll never feel successful. And this is not a test. And I know, well, how are we going to give them a grade? It's not about grading. I'm going to tell you, I could give a grade to a student after 2 months. I could tell you what they're going to do the next at the end of the school, because grades are that insignificant. It's about mastery. Do they get what you're teaching? So, wrong one. So, I hope that you all enjoy this. If you are watching this and you're not participating and you like what you see, you can always go here. It's in the description of this live stream, and join, and every day get an email from me at noon with the link and everything that we're that day. So thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow at the same time, 4 p.m.